Number 3. Hell, you can't let us see it.
Yeah.
Shot.
How did y'all meet?
Right, bro. That's my cousin from Baltimore, Diamond.
That's
crazy.
Yeah, like killing, you know.
Hey, no.
Oh, this your DC.
What part of the city you from?
Deanwood.
Deanwood? Oh yeah, I used to live over there off Sheriff Road.
I lived on
Yeah, where you from?
Oh, I should have.
right
What
there.
part of the city you from? You from West? What part of West?
Not the details.
Chill. I got peoples out there.
You feel a little federal, like West Philly, like.
No, my people's from 52nd Street though.
Said cut it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't go too much in detail.
Okay.
52nd Robinson.
Oh, alright. Is it 52nd and Master?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think right from, yeah. But my mom from Southwest though. Yeah.
Got mom ties.
Yeah, you too?
My mom from West Atlanta.
Yeah. What they say?
Bro.
What West Atlanta?
That's over there by Franklin.
Franklin.
Franklin High School, you know that's
Oh,
it?
alright.
Come on, bro.
That's it. I've been on South
He
Side.
went there.
West. Oh, alright.
Thanks.
You already started recording, Mike?
I'm glad.
I'm glad.
We not here, bro. Come on, bro. We good, bro. Let's lock in, bro.
I can look this up. I feel it.
Shot start.
Alright. What's up, y'all? We back at it with another video. Welcome to the Cozy Podcast. To my right, we have...
Alexandra.
Alright.
Jaden.
Jada.
You know, it's cozy over here.
You
You know
know
what I'm saying?
We locked in with another video, episode 3 of season 2. Welcome back. We're gonna have Cozy started on today. First question of the day.
Alright, first question. Should I start with a first question or should I start with an icebreaker?
An icebreaker. Let's get to know our guest today, man.
Okay. Dead or alive, if you could have a conversation with anybody in the world, who would it be with? Let me take a sip.
Dead or alive, anybody in the world.
That's a good question.
Smack them on the first
What's
one.
yours though? You go first while they get some
Me?
time to think.
I feel like I want to talk to, what's the damn name? It's on the tip of my tongue. It's on the tip of my tongue. Help me out, Shy. He was a big producer for Michael Jackson, Thriller.
Barry Gordy?
Quincy Jones?
Quincy Jones.
Oh.
There he is. Thank you for the cozy background for that. Quincy Jones, yeah. Because he lived in so many different eras. It's like he lived, it was crazy.
Yeah.
Then he had, hella kids, different wives. That was crazy. I just wanted to hear his experience, on that, socially, and then musically, he was different. He was doing shit that nobody else was doing. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
So I think that'd be a crazy combo, bro. And he keep it real. I've seen interviews I think he did an interview with Khalid, I think, and they was chopping it up on some real stuff.
Y'all got your answer yet?
Yes.
Oh, good.
I was actually gonna say Michael Jackson, just because I feel like I would wanna.
Frequencies.
I would wanna know what it's like to be so loved and so hated at the same time, because he went through a lot right before he died. People was really on him, so
Rest in peace to MJ.
yeah.
Oh, for real. Alex?
Drake, of course. Love
Oh,
Drake.
Drake.
Yeah.
Drake.
Pipe down on Drake.
Drake's so
Yeah,
Drake.
Drake. Who does not love Drake?
I know some people that don't
My
like
point
You got some people in
exactly.
the cozy background. Shit, yeah, gotta disagree with you.
Anyways, Drake.
Not anyways.
Mine had to be Steve Harvey. I like his business sense and what he stands for as far as business and stuff like
Steve.
that. And I watched a couple of his interviews and we kind of align with some of our visions of what we want to do with our brands and our stuff like that. And he's just funny, bro. He real funny.
No, he's a funny guy.
You know what I'm saying? Cool, old head, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like, that'd definitely be one for me. Steve Harvey, off the top of my head, if I had to think one off the top of my head.
Okay.
And he be suited and booted.
No, he got the suits for sure.
Yeah.
No, what's that one video? He said, get your 5 suits.
He said get you a black one, a blue one, a gray one, and a tan. And what's the last jump? I don't know.
I think it said burgundy. Choose a
Burgundy, yeah. Last one just go crazy.
At your leisure.
Get a canary yellow or something. Go crazy.
You're gonna get 5 white shirts. Match them up with anything. Split them up and everything.
Tell me. Go ahead, bro. First question of the day, bro.
First question of the day. Got nervous?
No.
Y'all over here real quiet.
First question of the day. Can you get mad at somebody that changes for the better with someone else, but when they was with you, they were just all on bullshit?
1,000%.
You think?
Yeah,
you
because
mad?
like, yeah, you have the right to be mad,
That's
especially if
what
like, because like you're teaching them how to be a better person, but then you get the short end of the stick, and the next person they get the better person.
So
Because you change that person.
do you not get a sense of fulfillment, like knowing that you help somebody become a better person?
Sense of fulfillment. That's good.
I mean, I feel like.
That's good, job.
I mean, yes and no, because you wanted clearly you wanted something with that person, but that person wasn't capable of meeting you halfway. You had to teach them how to love that person. So I guess yes, a sense of fulfillment, but like not all the way because that person didn't fulfill you.
So it's more like you poured into that person, but they didn't pour back into you.
Yeah.
But it's like, how can you get me? I'm gonna let you
Yeah.
go.
I definitely, I think getting mad is a natural emotion, but I don't think that's really what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Because you did share a special time with that person, but ultimately, if there was love there, you should be able to be happy for them because they finally met the person that they feel like at the time they're aligned with. You know?
Yeah, I feel like you shouldn't be able to eat. That's a tough one. Cause like you can get mad, but then like you can't, cause it's like they obviously didn't know these things beforehand until I showed them, and obviously you know what I'm saying. Like you went through that whole turmoil, like time frame with them, but at some point in time, it's like sometimes you gotta look at it from a teacher's perspective. You may get this ninth grader, you know, he wet behind the ears. You know what I'm saying?
You say you wet behind the ears.
But you do these 4 years, when you get to that 12th grade and you see the progression and the growth that you've seen in him, it's like, how can I be mad when I've taught him like this is what you should be doing?
And I also feel like it plays a part in the relations and the type of bond and connection you got with that person. Like, if it's somebody that you genuinely care for and you look at them as like a friend, below all the little relationship stuff y'all had an encounter with, you kind of, I know for me, I can't speak for everybody, I would kind of be happy to see like that person becoming a better person and really like, dang, like how we kind of touched on earlier, like if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't be who you are. You know what I'm saying? So I guess like the relationship and the bond kind of plays a factor into that as well.
Because I feel like if you get mad, was you really for me?
Yeah.
Like, was you really for me to see me grow as a person?
Yeah. Because I feel like that's all what it comes down to is like, especially at this age, like we have these certain relationships and friendships and things like that. Like it's just learning. Like, you know what I'm saying? You never stop learning regardless of how old you is or where you come from. So it's just like just taking and when you encounter different people, you learning from them and they learning from you. So that's kind of what we're talking about.
But would you give them credit?
Well, I give them credit. It depends on the person, to be honest.
Okay.
Damn.
If I fuck with them, I give them credit. Like
But if it's that person,
But if it-
Jesus be shit.
yeah, I'm telling you. But if it ain't a person I really rock with or vibe with, man, that's fuck that. You ain't getting no credit. I ain't trying to know you tell them. For real. So while we on the topic of that, do you guys feel like monogamy is dead? Or the idea of monogamy?
Hey, why you look at me?
April, you know what's coming.
Not at all.
Elaborate.
I feel like, you know, in society, that's what is being pushed right now. To have a bunch of people around you, or like the false idea of having a bunch of access to a bunch of people with social media. It's really an illusion. I feel like
An illusion?
it's an illusion to think that everybody has access to you know, like a lot of people, like social media gives you that facade, is what I'm basically saying. I think a lot of people want to fall into that category of having a lot of people, so they deal with it, or they do it, or they partake in that culture, but I don't think that everybody desires to, you know, be with everybody and just cancel out monogamy.
So
I'm still thinking of my answer. Hold on.
I don't think it's dead. I do believe in what you said. We touched on that last episode as far as like the role social media plays in relationships and interactions and stuff. And I do believe that social media has made like dating in today's time and world just like not impossible, but it makes it so hard. Like because you kind of like some people compare, you know, with their relationship to other people's relationships. Like there's no way you telling me and you 21, 22 however old we in college, and you want me to do the same stuff for you that this man he got millions in the bank account. Like come on, like let's be realistic here. Like you want some shit right now. Like if we being honest. But yeah. Honest.
Basically, I just feel like there's no point of having multiple people or that people fantasize over having a roster, having multiple people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a one person only type of gal. So I just feel like monogamy, I don't think it's dead. I think it's still a thing, and I hope it's forever a thing, because I just can't imagine having multiple people. Like, that's just so much to juggle.
Yeah. And I was also touching on this with one of my friends. She's basically saying, like, who created the idea of monogamy? Like, where did the idea of monogamy come from? I can't have no answer. I really don't know. Because, I mean, and you go back to certain, like, some of the oldest religions and things like that, a lot of times they had more than one wife back then. And so it's like, especially like in America, it's illegal to have more than one wife in America. So unless it's for religious purposes, but it is a great question. Like, where did the term or the ideology of monogamy come from? Just basically saying like, oh, it's only one person to the end.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you got something to say?
Monogamy, you know, like, do I think it's dead? No. Do I think it's hard to be
monogamous?
Yeah. Is that I think it's hard? Yeah.
Why?
Because like you got so many things that you may want in your partner, and that one person may not have those things. Not saying that you can't teach them those things, but it's like I think most people now want everything that they want in a person that they're talking to have that right now. You know, there's never a patience of growing into this, because like maybe you may have not ever been in a relationship ever before in your life. You know what I'm saying? So like the things that I'm expecting you to do, you don't know how to do that.
Well, even if to go as far as to say like not even you've never been in a relationship. We all come from different backgrounds and different upbringings. So the morals and values that was instilled in me may be different from the morals and the values that's instilled into somebody else. So that's another thing that play a factor as well too, outside of just wanting right there and right now.
Yeah, but also how do you know when you get to a point where it's like, okay, this person clearly doesn't have what I want? When do you feel like it's time to cut it off?
Yo, I love the question.
When they not really ready to like, when they not willing to learn, like, if you, I don't care if you got it right now or not, but if you're not willing to learn or work with me, then it's like, what's the point? What are we doing here? Like, you know what I'm saying? And vice versa. Like, I feel like, man, we gotta be willing to want to learn and all that too. Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like the pressure a little bit more on us than it is for the women. See, I didn't say female, see, I said women.
Know the difference. Know the difference now.
There is a difference.
Don't be ignorant out there.
I also feel like it's cycles.
Yeah.
When you start to repeat cycles with somebody, it's showing you that you gotta switch it up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like there's gotta be a shift in your relationship.
Okay, so.
Do y'all believe in spinning the block?
Yo, do you be in my head? Because y'all believe in spinning the block?
Because let's say, like...
Wait, next question. Have y'all ever spin the block before?
Never.
Yes.
I don't.
You don't ever spin the block back?
What's the need to spin the block for?
They ain't doing it right then the first time with you coming back.
Right.
Ooh, okay.
But it goes to say, but let's say, like, it goes back to the first question we were talking about where, like, let's say the first time they ain't understand what they had. They ain't understand your value or your worth.
Too bad.
Okay. But let's say they know what they doing and they come
I have a
back.
different experience.
I haven't. All right, go ahead.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna come back.
I had that mindset forever.
That nigga came back and rocked your world, didn't he?
Listen, and I do believe in
Rock your world is
those
great.
Literally. What?
Shout out to MJ.
I do believe in those types of relationships because I had a lot of people, you know, in my life that I had to let go of because it just wasn't working out. But I do believe in like those special types of relationships or connections where things may not always line up timing wise.
So like a soul tie.
Oh my God! No!
You was in my head because Ray say that.
So that's not a soul tie?
What's your definition of a soul tie?
Yes!
Alright,
This is the universe, yo, because you said.
I knew they was gonna ask me this. I said that in the car, right? A soul tie, I feel like it's different for everybody, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's pretty much for me. It's kind of what you just said. Like it may not always line up right then and there, but regardless of what happened, if you need that person or that person needs you, they there regardless. And it's just like that bond and that connection that y'all got. That's on like a different level. Yeah, like no, regardless of what happened, y'all still locked in. So
I think I define soul tie negatively. That sounds positive.
Okay.
Negatively, at least the way it's been introduced to me, is like a soul tie is sexual. It's like you have a sexual, physical connection with this person.
It's more like lust.
Yeah,
but I connect the term soul tie with lust. I never really connected it with like a spiritual connection. I think a spiritual connection is what we just described.
Okay.
But that's just my opinion.
Gotcha. It's different strokes for different
Some
sides.
say that the spiritual and the lust kind of intertwine a little bit.
I don't know. I feel like lust kind of has I ain't gonna say a negative connotation, but it's kind of like that's kind of like the focus. Like you kind of like fiending for that person in like a sexual way. Like
fiending is crazy.
That you don't think that's what lust is? What you consider lust, bro?
No, for real.
I mean, I wouldn't say I'm fiending for it. But
what do you say? Fiending is crazy.
Fiending is crazy, but no, lust is just like. I feel like lust is just that physical attraction. Like, I'm not attracted to you like interaction, like like the way we conversate. Like I'm not in tune with that lust. I'm going with we just got fucked.
Yeah, we got a comment from the cozy background.
I was just gonna say less. It's more like being in love with the idea of somebody instead of being in love with that actual person.
All your shit cozy background.
Yeah.
Cozy background always has something good.
All right, we got a quick intermission. We got a Black History Month fact. It is Black History Month.
Show respect to the black.
According to the cozy background, shout out to the cozy background, in 1940, Hattie McDaniel was the first African American performer to win an award for her performance in Gone with the Wind.
Love black people.
Shout out to Hattie McDaniel, shout out to the whole Gone with the Wind, you know what I'm saying, cast.
Shout out to our cozy research department.
You know.
I'm saying.
Go ahead, bro. You want to pivot?
No, you guys didn't respond to this in the block.
Have I spent the block? You asked me, have I spent the block?
I spent the block. Hell yeah, I spent the block.
It depends on the person.
Spent that block with that 30. There was no misses.
I said, come back around with the whole 100 round track. Yeah. Man.
No, bro, but like.
You don't cut people off like.
I feel like I shouldn't. This is my thing. If I stop talking to somebody, I think it all depends on how we stop talking. Because I don't want to stop talking to somebody and have bad blood because I don't ever know when I'll need them again. You feel what I'm saying?
Why would you need them again?
Listen to what I'm saying.
Sounds so bad.
Let's say for instance, our cozy podcast, right? We doing our cozy podcast. I was talking to them, and then we stopped talking to each other. Now she in a whole networking with a whole company. Let's say Revolt TV. We still cool. We may have talked. We may have cut it off. We still cool. I can cut. Oh, you. Oh, I got you.
That's like.
It's not using.
That
It's not using.
We got the cozy background.
2 comments.
If that's using, it's called using your resources. Using your network. Your network is your net worth.
Okay.
No,
Preach,
because now
bro.
you're saying you're only going to have a relationship with somebody because
Just
you want to
listen,
figure
listen,
it
hold
out.
on.
That's not love.
What y'all missing out of it? What y'all missing is I never knew she was gonna work there.
Yeah.
That's not the point.
I never knew she was gonna work at Revolt TV.
But what if
I feel like y'all spinning on that. Hold on.
If you don't remain, like if you don't retain.
So I gotta talk to her the whole time until she come up.
No. What I'm saying is like if you don't retain that good or ending things off on a good note because that's what you know is right in your heart.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that. Oh, I gotta make sure that this is good because I know where she's gonna be in this point in time. That for me personally it's like I never want to have bad blood with anybody. I don't want to have no ops. You know what I'm saying? You feel what I'm saying? I don't want people to leave me and be like, oh, TJ, man, he's crazy.
He's a wild boy.
Wild as shit. Like, I don't even like his character. Like, no. Like, if some shit happen, I'm going to own up to it. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to take accountability, which some niggas don't do. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to just... take accountability. If we break it off, that's all coming from, like, my heart. Like, I understand we obviously have some differences.
Yeah.
So you're okay with being cordial?
Yeah, right, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do y'all think that's a problem? Oh, that's another question. Is it a problem to be cordial with an ex or somebody in your past if you're in a new relationship or a new situation?
Cozy background, like some facial expressions.
That's not okay.
No.
Cut it off.
Elaborate.
You can't be cool with your ex.
Y'all don't believe you can be cool
That
with
was
your
the
ex?
question
Okay.
though.
Yeah.
You can't be
He
cool with your
said
ex.
while you're in a relationship.
I said it was something new. It don't gotta necessarily be another relationship. You can be talking to somebody else.
But what do you mean by cool? Like,
Right.
Like, y'all cool.
if y'all saw each other, you could say hi. Texting.
Nah, y'all ain't texting every day, no crazy shit like that.
Like it's like a high and bye type?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
But if a motherfucker call you, you answer though.
No.
That's not thorough.
Whoa, that ain't thorough.
I feel like
I feel like y'all saying that from a woman's standpoint.
I feel like
Okay,
no,
what's your
I
standpoint?
actually-
I feel like that should be okay. Like I feel like
So
as
if
long
a
as it's
person
healthy,
calls you,
I feel like as long as it's healthy boundaries and they understand that you in another little situationship and they not doing nothing crazy,
hello.
then yeah, I feel like that's okay.
Yeah.
Preach.
And as long as it's effective communication going on, and they ain't like, oh yeah, I'm trying to get back with you, boo. And as long as it ain't like that, then nah, I don't think that's an issue. I don't think that should be a problem. We all adults
As long as
here.
there's respect.
Yeah.
Right.
Respect.
And
And you
boundaries.
communicating that with the new person as well. Like, look, I'm still cordial, cool with my little ex. or
Okay,
what's
but
saying.
what if the ex doesn't like her?
That's the ex problem. That's my problem.
Now what if the
No.
Because she don't like my new
If your
girl.
ex don't like your new girl, you need to cut the ex off.
Hello? Because why do you
She's
get the
she's
middle?
gonna try to use leverage from your last
Maybe it's not-
I wouldn't even
relationship.
have no
Yeah.
ex around me like
Why
that.
is it still around?
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't let the ex think she got something on the new girl.
Right.
That was-
You better let her know her
That's where
place.
the
No, let her know her place.
your place?
Know your place.
Like,
Know
she
your
an ex
place.
for a reason, so why is she still in the competition?
It ain't no competition. That's the thing.
But why
though.
you still contact her?
You have to think.
So-
like how your girl would think too. Like
Right.
have that compassion, understanding.
But that's why you
First,
communicating
You
though.
wouldn't be like, why is your ex calling you right now?
If my ex if my new junk communicating with me, letting me know what's up, and I trust her, the trust is another big thing too.
But you
gotta
don't think in the
trust.
back of your head like,
I'm an overthinker. I'm gonna do that regardless though.
But I feel like if you really love your new girl,
why?
you're not even
Dang,
gonna
how
look.
I love a new girl.
If y'all
She knew.
Like if you really
You said
see,
the
if you
girl
really,
that you
if you really see the new girl as having a long-term potential in your life, you're
Okay.
gonna cut off anybody that threatens that. Even if you have
She might have said
What?
something like that.
You're gonna cut it off.
Yeah.
You're gonna cut it off.
I don't
You're
know.
gonna cut it off.
You should.
You said you see a future with him, right?
Yes.
If you see a
If you see
picture,
a-
I don't know. I don't know. I feel like it all depends on that relationship though.
But
with
y'all
the-
always make
and the-
excuses.
And the
Excuses,
communication.
exactly.
I hear excuses.
Yes,
Yeah.
excuses.
How is that an excuse?
Because you really said something that violates an entire relationship.
what do you say?
Hello.
What do you say? What do you say, Jane? Tell
I
me
feel
what
like
you say.
your ex should not be able to comment on you.
Right.
If she's commenting, you should,
Oh yeah, you gonna
you should
dead
be
that.
offended.
No, you gonna dead that for
Yeah.
sure. My ex would be like, oh my new girl, she like, oh, why you with that?
That's all I'm
yeah, I'm
saying.
gonna defend that. I'm like, we not on that, bro. We gonna chill off of that.
Yeah.
But what if
That's,
she's
but that's what I'm
doing?
saying. But the respect and the boundaries. Now, if she keep crossing that boundary and that respect line, then she ex is gone.
All right.
Okay.
But it's all about communication, respect,
I
and
got
boundaries.
Then we agree.
So, right. So you're gonna be cool with your ex, even you're dating somebody else. That's cool.
Yeah. It's all about communication and boundaries. That's all. That's what it's all
I
about.
got-
And trust.
I got some thoughts. So let's take the ex out of it, and let's throw the best friend in there.
That's a touchy situation right there. You know what they call them best friends, bro. You know how
So
that go,
who's best
bro.
friend? The girl's best
So
friend
now-
or your best friend?
Mom, we can say.
Our best friend.
We can say about
Hmm.
the men's.
She
men's
female?
best friend.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's a female. Yeah, of course.
Of course, it's crazy.
I mean, I feel like if it was a male, that wouldn't be a really topic or issue.
She's a what?
She's a
what?
what?
A woman.
Hello.
Sorry,
We
because the
don't-
background is trying to make sure we're politically correct.
Politically
Might not be
correct.
women, though. She might not be
But yeah, let's say
women.
your best friend, but your girl don't like your best friend, or your man don't like your best friend.
But you was best friends with that person before you got in a relationship.
Okay, I've been in a situation where I've been the best friend and I back off. Because at the end of the day, I have respect. Because why do I want to be the girl best friend? Like, okay, that girl's getting too close or she's too friendly. I'm gonna back up.
Too
But
friendly.
not all women are like that though. Not all women are like that.
Not all women are like what?
That's gonna back up. Like
Right. So once again,
It's common sense.
if there's a girl, that's the that is, you know, it's
some boundaries.
It's you gotta have boundaries there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like my man said, communication.
Communication is
Communication is key. If you don't got the key, you locked out.
word of the day. Cozy background said the word of the day is boundaries.
Yeah,
Word
boundaries.
of
It's
the
gonna
day.
be right there.
Yeah.
Boundaries. Okay? Boundaries. I'm trying to pivot, bro. Y'all talking y'all shit. Y'all talking y'all shit today. All right, let's talk on. Let's go on a controversial topic.
Okay.
Do y'all believe it should be 50-50, or do you believe men should take care of everything?
Cozy background right top.
Cozy background is stressing in.
You got comments in the cozy background?
Yeah.
And I'm going.
Alright, we gonna go to the first cozy comment.
So I always like to say,
As a
you
man.
never know what somebody's 100% looks like. So if as long as they're communication,
Hello.
as long as they're
That's a key word.
communicating, as long as they're communicating to you, this is what my 100% looks like for this day, then that's fine. I'll give 100. You can give 0. But
Okay.
but
We love it
if
when they
it's
get
like
100.
if I'm giving 50% all the time and you're not willing to back up your end,
Right.
then that's when we have a problem because now you're just intentionally not putting in effort.
So when I say
Take it back.
listen up. So when I say 50-50, I mean of like roles, like how it's some women out here that believe men should pay all the bills, should do all that, should take care of everything, and they don't gotta do nothing.
I don't believe that.
Okay, so yeah, that's what I'm trying to touch on. Like,
But like for bills, like I said, you go to the restaurant and it's your first date. He should pay. Okay.
Whoa!
First date. He should pay.
First date.
Okay.
sorry, guys. She don't pay for the first date though.
First date.
First date, I feel like we should pay.
Y'all should. And you should open the doors too.
Whoever asks them out should pay.
No, because I've been
Whoever asks should pay. Because if the girl asks me out, she gotta pay on
Because I've been
time.
on dates before when we before we even get the bill, it's like
Where's the sugar in
before we even get the bill, she's like,
Right.
what we doing? Are we splitting it? Are we going
But a girl should never
That's
ask you to split
different.
it.
Why? I feel like that's respectable for a girl to
I know
ask.
we're
though.
dating. It's like 2 months.
This
3
is
months
this is
in.
our first date. We've been talking for, you know what I'm saying? We've been talking for like, let's say 2-3 weeks or whatever. We go on our first date, and if she comes to me and say, so how we going? I feel that that's a mature thing to do as
Is
a woman to ask. Mature. It's a mature thing to do.
What if she doesn't ask?
If she don't, shut the fuck Cozy community. On my accent because I'm from Baltimore and all that.
I'm from Baltimore.
Yeah, but like, see, you done threw me the fuck off.
If she doesn't say, okay, is it like how I was about to
Alright, so I think that, but now, I think that comes from your upbringing. What you were taught, what were you conditioned to do when you go on this first date? What did your mom tell you to do, what a man should do? And then what did your father tell you when you on the first date, this is how you're supposed to carry yourself, this is what you're supposed to do? I feel like that's when the upbringing comes in. That's when if she don't ask, I already know. I should already be coming. I should already have extra cash in my pocket, just in case she say, I'm not paying.
But I feel like first date, bro. I feel like the man should pay first date.
The man should pay, but we're saying in the instance if she comes to me
So
and
if she says, okay, pay 50-50, you go, okay, let's pay 50. No.
that's it.
I feel like first date, now I'm paying for that regardless. I don't give a fuck
Thank
what
you.
you talking about. First date, I'm paying for that.
Alright, if you pay, does she pay the tip?
That's third.
Yeah.
See, that's what
First of all, being the man, like you gotta
Should the man provide?
you set the
But
expectation.
did you just say
You set the expectation with that first
It's
date.
levels.
You set the expectation with that first date. So with that comes like your.
So if I set the expectation and I say, can we go 50-50, are you saying,
But
I'm not gonna set the expectation. No, I'm saying no. See, first of all, that's what I'm saying. There's levels. There's levels.
No,
Like,
but you said a man should provide.
being on the first date, I'm gonna provide that first date.
Before we feel, you said a man provides for his woman, right?
I that.
Right.
I didn't say that. When did I say that?
Right, you said that. But didn't you just say a man should have paid all the bills? Didn't you just say that she go 50-50 if she's giving her 50, the other man has to give his 50? Didn't you just say that? Didn't y'all just said that?
Emotionally, your man should pay the first date.
But then there's some girls out here.
I got a rebuttal though. I got a rebuttal. So let's say if you thinking a man should pay the first time, right?
First date, yeah.
And let's say he be like, you feel what I'm saying? Straight up, let's go 50-50. Are you thinking in your head, oh, I'm not fucking with this nigga again?
That nigga broke shit.
That nigga broke his up bitch. I ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying? Are you thinking that? Because I feel like, not generalizing, but in some stories that I've heard from homegirls that I have, if a nigga is not paying the first time, like you said,
but don't you want to pay the first time?
Right.
I feel like me personally,
y'all saying
me
it like,
personally,
I'm not gonna pay.
I'm not gonna take you out on a date, but I'm not willing to put
like
in
you
the
just said, it's how you go.
I'm not gonna be doing you. Taking you on a date if I'm not.
But it's how you grow up. Like you just said, it's how you grow up.
Yeah, it's different upbringing, but I'm not about to ask no woman.
But the second date,
let's go 50-50 on a date, because then obviously I wasn't prepared coming into this. Like,
Exactly.
but on the second date, we should go 50-50. I think. Like I just took a girl out on a. No, wait. I just took a girl on a
It should
second.
be like 11.
Yeah.
Like, what?
The second date, I just took a girl on a second date the other day.
Must really like
And
that.
she paid me
like,
I didn't know
what are you talking about?
Man.
But no, I feel like to what bro was saying though, like once y'all start dating after a while, like I feel like whoever had two hours should be doing that shit. Like the women shouldn't be like, oh babe, I want to take you somewhere, and then you gotta pay for that.
You expect that.
like I don't like the entitlement type vibe when you like, oh, so you doing X, Y, and Z for me. That's a turn off. Like you gotta let me initiate and feel like I'm taking you out instead of you feeling entitled to that vibe or that energy, because I don't owe you that. I want to be able to give you that. Like, but genuinely, I don't like it when it's entitled.
But they might feel that entitlement because since y'all whole been dating, you've been paying the bill.
And I will read that vibe so quick.
But you've been paying that bill, like we just said. That the man should pay.
Yeah, you know she there trying to get a free meal out of you, some shit like.
Ain't nothing wrong with trying to get a free meal.
Yeah, but like, let me know if you try to get that free meal. You get that one free meal, then talk to me ever
Trying to get a
again.
free meal, Sean. What are you talking about? Sorry, now.
So,
We got another.
Come on, cozy background.
great question. So, the same way y'all say, like, if a man asks you for 50-50, you're gonna assume, oh, I'm not talking to him anymore, he's broke.
Right.
Well, then how do you look at the woman? Is it like, if she says, no, I kind of don't have the money right now, are you thinking, I'm not going out with her no more?
I respect that.
I just wouldn't even want to put myself in that situation, like where I'm asking a woman to be 50-50. Like me myself, I'm gonna be prepared. Like I'm not gonna want to have to go into
I
that
feel like it also
situation.
depends on the level of like how locked in y'all are as well.
Yeah.
Because if y'all locked the fuck in, if I'm locked the fuck in with somebody, I don't mind telling them, hey look, babe, I'm fucked up right now. I can't do this right now.
Right.
But if it's somebody I just now start talking to,
Yeah, I couldn't even do that. Yeah, I couldn't even do that.
I'm never
man.
bad, baby. Pockets empty.
you're not hitting on nothing. Yeah.
All I can get is a water.
That should be free.
But I'm big on being prepared, so it's just like you look at a lot of these relationships and it's just like unhealthy people with unhealthy people because nobody's really truly healed. And then they jumping from person to person, carrying the baggage, like it's pissing the dating pool, like
Get out that water.
shit.
And that should be the name of this episode. It's piss in the dating pool.
Write that down.
Wow.
It's very interesting.
You know what? That was
Like,
like
what the fuck is
good.
they talking about? Then they start reading the episode. Start listening to the episode. Like, oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And that's what I want the titles to be like.
man,
Let me watch it till I hear this shit.
Yeah, like, look, how did they get pissing?
How did they get here? This is
Pissing in the pool. It's crazy.
Get out of there, Johnny.
Hey, bro. Hey, all right, so I got another question. Do y'all believe women in this generation intimidate men?
Yeah.
Try.
Explain.
All right, so prime example, like, I'm not saying it hasn't always been strong women in the world. It's always been strong women. But I feel like now, like, women they're not afraid to speak their voice. They're not afraid to speak how they feel. And it's like, you got women out here that's like, I don't like stronger than some men out here. Like, you know what I mean? Strong women, like, they got all their shit together. They don't need a nigga for nothing. They on their shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, like,
But wouldn't you rather want an independent woman than
some men is scared of that. Like I've had conversations with women out here, and they be like, men have literally told them like they too strong for them. Like
Speaking of that as well, I have friends that be like they don't want another woman going against their grain type shit or their
So that's some
they want a trophy wife. They want a trophy wife, this like supportive, you know, this pretty, you know. But it's just like I was just like, there's no way y'all think like this. Like y'all don't want.
But it's been a rap like that, bro. I feel like
you don't want some LeBron James, Jay-Z, Beyonce shit. They like nah.
You realize sit there and be like, I don't want a strong woman. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah,
I feel like it's crazy, bro. I feel like you're not confident in yourself if you can't have a strong woman.
Something wrong with that.
That just means you want to manipulate somebody. You want a toy. You don't want to.
Yeah, you want a toy.
The partner you're supposed to be.
Yeah.
Equal. I want you to be.
It's supposed to have that rough line. Y'all supposed to get into like good arguments and understand and build because it's a new perspective, like of somebody thinking differently from you.
Okay,
I just want to say, I mean, if you want a trophy, somebody to play with, like you said, you're not gonna. There's gonna come a time where you need somebody to really be there for you, to rely on, that you can fall back on, whether that's financially, emotionally. And that woman, she's not gonna be able to do that because she hasn't built herself up because she's just
going with the flow of you. You know what I'm saying? She's mindless up there.
Right. Did we have another comment in the Cozy background you want to say?
I was just gonna say, you know, it's like if you ask a girl out and then she pays the bill because she's being too forward. Like you asked her out and she's paying the bill. Like that could be a little intimidating. Like I was trying to take you out.
I'll take that. Okay, shorty, just go.
But sometimes it be pride. Like I feel like some of these women be just as prideful as men, because they'll be like, "Oh, nah, you ain't gotta pay for me," or "Nah, I'll get this myself." Type shit. You be like, "Oh, okay, like." Shit, like, okay, you got it.
We got a comment from the Cozy background.
No,
say it.
I'm gonna text it. It's cool.
I'm gonna text it.
I don't have that right now.
All right, so I want to tie into this, like, when we're talking about the intimidation between women and men, and then I'm kind of want to tie it in. Could you tie that into, like, how do you know someone is, like, really serious about you? Could you tie that into that? Because, like, if you feel like he's coming correct from day one, like, do you feel like he's taking you serious, or is this what he's supposed to do on the first date? You know what I'm saying?
That's a good question.
Comes with the questions, man. I don't think I'm about to be not. Gummy worms give me inspiration. You want a couple more, Shawty? Almost gone. You got smacked the rest of
Good looks, my boy.
We shit on the Cozy podcast.
Shane is crazy.
Can you repeat the question?
Come on, y'all. We need some answers, y'all.
They still.
I have an answer, but
They ain't been quiet all episode.
Yeah, can you say a question again?
Yeah.
Did you forget it?
Okay, so we had some in the Cozy background. We trying. Okay, so I said, how do you know when someone is taking you serious? You know, and y'all said, as far as like on a first date, is that something that he's supposed to do, or is he taking you serious by doing the things that he's supposed to do? You know what I'm saying?
It's both.
Like how do you know? How do you know if he's taking you serious or not?
On the first date.
Yeah, on the first date, and then beyond that point, or is he just supposed to be doing this because it's the first date?
Yeah.
Or is he doing this because I'm taking you serious? That's the difference. Is it because it's the first date, or is it because I'm taking you serious?
Boundaries
It's
and
all about his
communication.
actions and his words afterwards. Like, yeah, you paid, and then like you mistreat me for the next few months.
It's
like,
continuing.
Yeah.
So do actions speak louder
With the
than
same
words?
energy.
Yes.
Boundaries and
Actions speak louder
communication.
than words,
For
but
sure.
they need to line up.
Hello.
They need to line
If
up.
you say
So
I
you can't say something and then act a different way.
Yes.
Okay.
Are you ready?
No, but like let's say the nigga be like, let's say the nigga say, I don't want to be in a relationship with you, but he do all relationship shit with you. What? How does that make y'all think as a woman? Like,
Confusing.
You're
very confused.
Right.
It's
I don't know
like,
what
you're
you
telling
want.
me you can't do this,
Mm-hmm.
but you're doing it. So now I'm like, well, what's the reason that you're actually holding back?
so you feel like you getting played with at that point?
Yeah, absolutely. You can definitely feel like you're being.
Do you allow getting placed with?
Like, yeah, like how do you know you're being played with? Like,
Do you allow
sometimes
that?
like,
Is it levels to get played with? Like, I'm gonna let him do that shit, man. Cause
I'm gonna let that shit slide.
I let that shit slide. I fuck with no little bit, but no, that shit can't. Then your homegirl.
Yeah.
No, that shit can't slide. Nah. You know what I'm saying? Like,
No,
is it a level to, you know what I'm saying, that certain shit that you allow?
We stomping the shit out y'all.
I ain't gonna lie.
It's all about what you allow.
Yeah.
Like, everybody has a breaking point. Like, if it may be like he don't pay for the first date, you're out of there. Like, it's all about your own personal boundaries.
But I don't think you're allowing him to use you. That's the
Right.
thing. Like that's a completely different thing. I think it's just
You
kind of
think,
like
say it again. You're not,
it's like you're not allowing him to use you. That's the thing. Like you're not like, okay, you know, he can use me all he wants. No, it's just part of like it's okay. He has one thing. All right, that's noted. That's noted.
Mm-hmm.
But like it's not like okay, I'm letting.
But how many things are getting noted? That notebook probably filled up.
For me, it's like 2. Like yeah, noted 2 times. And that's
Alex
it.
don't be fucking around. Hey, y'all better come correct. You know?
I'm correct with it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
What you do?
I feel like I have cut niggas off before for, you know, playing one too many times, but
Don't play too many times. Too many.
I have also been in a different situation where, you know, we have an understanding.
You was
know what
blinded by
I'm saying?
love?
Huh?
You was blinded by love? Because now love will blind the shit out you, man. Love will blind
Maybe
the
a
shit
little
out you.
bit, and not even a little bit. Yes,
Yeah.
honestly, I feel like when, like I was talking about that sort of that relationship, it's very special. It's very different. So when you're able to recognize that, you're able to tell yourself what you can handle and what you can't handle. So like those self boundaries, not even with other people, but those self boundaries. Like I'll go this far with you, and communicating that. So I think, you know, you either let yourself go through it or not.
I got a little battle. It's not a battle, but it's like a part. I wouldn't say part 2, but like a sub category to it. So like, say you know that this is like somebody that you might be with for the rest of your life type shit. How
do
many?
you know that?
Like,
Right.
I'm getting your shot. Relax.
Relax, child.
So no, but like, you feel like this is the person that you.
Could potentially see.
Yeah, you feel like this is something that you feel personally or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
How many times are you giving this person to like fuck up? Damn, all 3 of them. All 3 of them.
Got me with that one. It's like a collective.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
You asking me that question too?
Hell yeah, nigga.
Shit, I go first. Shit, I don't know. It just kind of feeling like she was going back in cycles. Like I feel like this cycles of the same shit over and over and over again. I don't give a fuck how much I love you. Like that shit after a while you get burnt out. Like it's only but so much you could take.
Hello.
But if it's different shit coming up, like I don't like the way you do this, but they change that and then it's something else and then all right, that's something different because then we find a different developmental milestones and shit like that. So. But if it's cycles of the same stuff, hell no, get up out of here with that, man.
Because now you play with me.
Right. Definitely growth. If you see the growth in your relationship, like that is going to determine whether or not you should stay in that place. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like it's very easy to give up on relationships. But when you find a person that is patient with you, has unconditional love, right? They're trying to love you, you know, if you believe in God, they're trying to love you like how God would love you. Like those are things that you want to take into account as people are growing, because everybody's growing in this life. Everybody's trying to figure things out. So having that understanding, that patience, that forgiveness, those are things that are going to get you to reveal, like life is going to reveal who that person is when you live that way.
I 100% agree.
I got a follow-up question for that. Do people recognize the true work it takes for relationships, or do we just like the idea of relationships?
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
You got me.
It's hard.
It'll definitely show.
It's hard.
It will clearly
Don't
show.
reveal it, so.
I feel like in this generation we like the idea more of a relationship. We like that this is what we look like on Instagram. Let's go take pictures. Let's go out. Like even speaking on like this past Valentine's Day or whatever. Like everybody just wanna pop out. You know what I'm saying? On this very day, they're like, what's going on? Like what's going on?
What's going on after Valentine's Day?
After Valentine's Day, what's going on a Wednesday, on today, on the rest of the week? Like what?
And you ain't here for that nigga since.
Ain't here for that nigga since, man. He gonna take you out. Flaunt you out, trophy. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
like, I feel like, but sometimes I think it kind of goes like both ways of us wanting the idea instead of like actually committing to that work. Cause I'm not gonna say relationships are easy. Like,
It's just not easy at all.
relationships are hard. Like,
Friendship's not even easy.
Bruh, I'm saying.
Like, them shits might be hard in a relationship.
It take a lot. It take a lot out of you. You gotta be mentally strong.
Cozy background.
No, that's another way how social media has tarnished so many good. Because everybody wants what they see on Instagram.
Cozy vocabulary.
Like,
Nobody knows.
I gotta say it every time.
Nobody.
Social media is selling the dream.
It's
Shout
always-
out to Journey.
yeah.
She said it before. And I'm gonna say it again. Social media is selling the dream.
I have a question. Do y'all know your love languages?
Yeah, I do. I definitely don't mind.
I do.
Food.
I like what's it called?
Physical
The
touch.
time.
Quality
Time.
Quality
time.
time. I'm a big baby for I love physical touch. I love
Acts of service.
acts of service.
What does
cooking.
that look like for
Acts
you?
of service for me is cooking.
I don't.
Cooking?
Oh, that's it?
Yeah, food is the way that, man, my
Is it-
stomach is the
is
way
it
of my
very
heart, I'm
encouraging?
telling you.
Is it words of encouragement?
Where's
Words
the
of
affirmation.
Affirmation.
Words of affirmation.
But what
I was
if
on the
your
right track.
girlfriend doesn't do that? Like, show you, okay, these are your love
If
languages?
she wanna be my girlfriend and shit,
Yo, wasn't we just talking about this in the Uber?
We were, oh God! Put that clip right here. Oh God.
So we was talking, our Uber driver was crazy.
Crazy as hell, bro.
She was just talking about, so like, what type of woman you want?
Mm.
And one of my people in the cozy background was in the Uber with me or whatever. He was like, I just be feeling the vibes, you feel what I'm saying? This, that, and the third. I look back at the clips he really said. I might drop the clip in there. But so then she was like, so what if you don't find those attributes in, come on, bro. I'm trying. What if you don't find those in a black woman? Because I think what was you talking about? Interracial.
We were talking about
dating or something
women
like
who we prefer. Like, what kind of women we
Me
prefer?
specifically, before y'all keep
And I
going,
said black women.
if she
No.
ain't, I'm cool. It's just black, that's it. I'm not about to start messing with my Nubian queens, man. You know?
So basically she was just like, so what if you don't find those in who you want in a person or whatever?
That's why I'm gonna have just multiple. I'm gonna have one for this one for that one.
And he's
one for that one.
no.
It's the film. Cut it.
Limit on my face.
Stop it.
Like,
Zero.
that's wild. That's not fucking multiple?
No.
If I feel like me personally, if I get to a certain age, bro, and I feel like I ain't found the right one, I'm hoeing to the day they put me in the dirt. I swear.
Okay, but what are the things that are like
So
your
you don't like
non-negotiables and things that you should be more
I'm sorry, start over again.
Like, what are your non-negotiables and what are things that you should, like, you need to learn to have a little patience with? Like, if you don't find it,
It's done. I feel like you sound like non-negotiables for me or for them.
for you.
In regards to them, like shit they gotta have, no ifs, ands, or buts.
Yes.
Motherfuckers gotta know how to cook, man.
I was
You gotta
saying
know
the
how to
same
cook. If you can't, I can cook, so you gotta,
Cause how you don't know how to cook?
how you feel yourself.
What if you can teach her?
Why not? I can teach you how to cook.
Why not?
That's my non-negotiable.
Wait,
That's my
that's something that
non-negotiable.
you can build intimacy
Hello.
with.
Yeah, that's a good little date night type
Come
thing.
on.
Girls like it when
Literally,
girls like it when men can
We're
teach
gonna
them
grow
things.
together.
Right.
My thing
That
is
could be a date right there.
That's what I'm
That's
saying.
my
That's
non-negotiable
why
for me.
relationships are lasting.
Thank you. You literally just
My
said
motherfucker can't
what
keep
the
me
issue
fed.
is.
I see
Fuck
what
you
they're
here
like.
for?
Feed your
bro.
damn self. What the fuck?
I can do that. I can do that.
Damn, your ass I'm not ready about her, man. She can't cook, man. She need to get up out of that, or you need to get in that kitchen and
Eat some
try it
I ain't
out.
saying you gotta be making 5-star meals every day. I'm not saying that.
No,
Okay,
bro.
so
He's making it all breakfast.
Now, what
or
if-
something,
now, what if-
omelet
make a
or something.
Why can't you make it for her?
Trust me, I will.
What if she
But
not?
my thing is, you gotta be able to do the
What if
shit.
she not willing? Like some women be like, I don't know how to cook. Well, I can teach you.
Right,
That's different.
Yeah, it's
I
different
wanna
when you
learn.
don't want to learn.
Different.
Yeah, then that's something you could be like, all right, she ain't the one for me.
Yeah,
Because you know that you need your stomach filled up.
That's what I'm
So
saying.
women out there, y'all should learn how to cook. Cause how you eating?
You need to learn how to cook.
You're crazy. I know how to cook everything.
Aren't you cooking on Sundays?
Same rap shred.
Chill, why y'all trying to play me?
Why they put you out there like
That shit crazy. The shit was busting though. I don't even know why y'all
that
doing
was
that
in
shit
the
was busting.
pre-record?
That's cool. I'm gonna make them jumps again. I'm gonna come up give them to y'all. Y'all be like, them shit was busting.
Oh my
Same
god.
reaction.
Alright.
By yours truly.
Niggas in the comments like, damn, samurai shrimp. That shit was
We might
great.
have to try. We might have to try that, babe.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No. But we coming to the end of the Cozy podcast, you know. We've been having, I ain't gonna lie, it was a great episode.
We got our third guest in the background. That's cool, stay tuned next week.
Third guest is for sure. You know what I'm saying? But I want to leave off, you know, this last question. And are we conditioned by culture and what we're taught, like in our values, or do you feel like this is something that we've learned through our own experience in life?
Conditioned to
to love, to
we can go all aspects, whatever aspect you feel like has altered your character or whatever.
It would be both.
Yeah.
Both. Okay. Let's get some.
The experiences that you go through in life, you're bumping into people and situations and opportunities that are a reflection of what society has conditioned them to be. So you're bumping into them at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
I like that.
Pop your shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just feel like your environment is everything, and what you go through basically affects who you are. So.
I can see that for sure.
Like my background is completely. I'm from Los Angeles, so we might be completely different. Like Inglewood.
Right.
finish.
Okay.
Yeah. But basically, I'm just saying, like, it might be different from, like, the way I grow up is different from yours.
Yeah.
So I might be completely different from who you are, but we all are the same. We're all black people at the end of the day, but we just have different upbringings and environment.
I feel like environment does play a role to an extent. Because, like, you grew up in Inglewood. You could easily be doing anything else. Like, you know what I'm saying? You at Spelman College doing that motherfucker. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, and I'm pretty sure you could attest to a lot of people in your community and your neighborhood that's not doing the same thing you're doing. You know what I'm saying? That's took a totally different path. So I do feel like, to a certain extent, neighborhood in your environment does play a role in it because, like, let's say me and TJ, we both from the same hood, same city, whatever, right? TJ at Morehouse doing what he doing. He been through the same experience I've been through, but I'm still at home on the block doing whatever I'm doing. Like, we both grew up in the same environment, but we took those encounters that we took and it shaped us in different ways. Like, he let the pressure he experienced on a day-to-day basis turn him into a diamond, but I let those pressures I experienced on a day-to-day basis plus my pipes.
I'm good. I'm deep.
Yeah, I feel like we are conditioned by what we see in culture and what we're taught, but I think as individuals, we kind of try to spin it into our own perspective. You know what I mean? Like, we try to make what we learn and what we see into ours. Like, I can say, for example, like, for fashion or whatever, like, we may see people, like, wear certain stuff or put certain things together, and we may think, oh, that's hard. But this is how I would do it. You feel what I'm saying? It's kind of like that. So I feel like, yeah, we are conditioned, but we also have to have that same mindset where it's though, this is how I'm going to do it. Still keep those same principles or whatever, but it's just like, from my perspective and my lens, it's just different. And you gotta have that difference, because you gotta be unapologetically you. You know what I'm saying?
You, true, avenue.
Big blue.
Shout out Cozy, man.
But no, thank you.
Y'all got anybody else y'all want to shout out while y'all on this platform? Y'all want to shout out any businesses y'all got? Any good news y'all got?
Any exes y'all want to spend a block on?
You know what I'm saying? They shop right here, you know what I'm saying? Any niggas you want to stop them to stop trying to spend the block?
Stop that idea.
Yeah.
You done already like the story, the picture. She ain't respond. She gave you that dry thank you, sir. Get up there.
You didn't even get the thank you. You just got the little like of the message. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out my mom.
Shout out.
Shout out to my mom.
Yeah, definitely mom, but also I got a business. I'm
Tap in.
You can go on Instagram and follow Black Eminence.
Spell that. For the people that can't spell that.
For the people that can't spell that.
Black. The word black, EMINENCE, 3 underscores.
Can you give us
And
a
little background about your business?
yes, it's all about spreading awareness about mental health and self-love, creating self-love in the Black community because we need that. You know what I'm saying? We gotta take care of our mental, our spiritual, and so it can show on the outside. And I have a bucket line hat coming.
Bucket hat line.
Yes. Bucket hat line coming out. So tap in, y'all.
For sure.
Yeah, man. We just want to thank y'all for being on.
Yeah, for sure. This is a great episode. Shout out to the COZYDABRAND as well.
Tap in. If you didn't tap in to the last 2 episodes on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe. Realcozypodcast on YouTube. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe.
Make sure y'all get y'all some cozy merch, man.
Get y'all some cozy merch. You know what I'm saying? Everything gonna be in the description down below. You know what I'm saying? It's just like that. Yes, sir.